Let me just say, protocol observed for fear of leaving other people from the protocol. I rise to represent the African Methodist Episcopal Church, which in the lifetime of Dr. Maponya was his spiritual home. All the things he has done in business and politics, he had to have a home where he will be nourished, his spiritual part be filled. And he was a great churchman, a churchman who, when going to church, did not want to occupy leadership positions in the church because he had enough of these leadership positions in business and other places. But he would support the church very seriously. He was the kind of person who would not want his name be told that he has done certain things. But we will remember him with a number of things that he has contributed. Up north in Botlokwa, he has contributed in building a church which is still bearing his name up till this day, the Richard Maponya AME Church. And in Gauteng, in Baggersdale, there's also a parsonage which is named after Marina Maponya for her contribution, financial and otherwise, in putting up that mission house. When the office of the church was built in downtown Johannesburg, corner Anderson and Phillip Street, that day Richard Maponya contributed in putting in the elevator in that building. We will remember these contributions. But he would always remind the church every time when he would meet the leadership. He was a great friend of Bishop Frederick Calhoun James, who would stay in his house in Dube whenever he was uptown Johannesburg. Those days, the bishop stayed in Cape Town. The Episcopal residence was in 28 Walmer Road, Cape Town. But whenever the bishops were up here, Dr. Maponya will accommodate him at his house in Dube. For that, we pay contribution, to him and his family. Mama Maponya, for the years, she picked up the baton which was left by Charlotte Matleke. Charlotte Matleke was the first national president of the Women Missionary Society of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. And she was the one who introduced the uniform, as we know it, of the AME Church with a leopard skin. And later on, Marina Maponya became the president. She traveled throughout the corners, length and breadth of the corners of South Africa with the support of her husband, Dr. Richard Maponya. Good night for now, Dr. Maponya. We will meet you tomorrow when the sun shall rise and set no more. Good night, sir. You have fought a good fight. Good night for now.
Reverend Mungwai, thank you very much for those words. There is no question amongst anyone either gathered here, watching here in South Africa, or anywhere else around the world, that Dr Maponya was indeed a trailblazer. Now, for many of us who wanted and aspired to work in the media and broadcasting world, there was a time when wanting to be in that space meant wanting to be pretty much like the next lady who will be paying her tributes. A very close and special friend of the Maponya family. Please welcome Ms. Felicia Mabu.